So a couple of years ago, Mossberg did a thing and came out with the Shockwave, a curious small firearm that shoots shot shell, which makes you want to call it a shotgun, but it isn't technically a shotgun. A shotgun is defined as a long gun over 26 inches and has a buttstock, and that is meant to be shouldered. When the NFA came out, they tried to make it where they had a catch-all group or class of weapons called any other weapons. And one of those subcategories would be the short barrel shotguns, which would be classified as an AOW or any other weapon. Typically a shotgun that has a barrel length less than 18 inches or an overall length less than 26 inches. But the Mossberg Shockwave is just slightly over 26 inches. It has a barrel length of just over 14 inches, but it doesn't have a buttstock and it's not meant to be shouldered. And this is what basically does the trick. More importantly, it doesn't have a receiver that was ever attached to a buttstock. Therefore, it's not a shotgun, it's not a long gun, and it's not a short barrel shotgun, because it's not a shotgun. So it can't be an AOW. You follow? Technically, the Shockwave is a pistol grip firearm, a PGF, or a pistol grip only firearm. This category of firearms has a smooth barrel and is more than 26 inches, with the Shockwave being just slightly over 26 inches, which makes it very interesting. Now, I don't want to give anybody any ideas out there. Cough, cough. There could be some potential for some change, is all I'm saying. A little worrisome, but overall, I really like the Shockwave and hope things stay the way they are. So I originally bought this scabbard for the Shockwave, but as you can see, it's pretty much longer than the length, or just at the length. So what I used to do is I'd have this bag of shells, and I'd put it all the way down at the bottom, and then just set the Shockwave on top, and it would stick out maybe about that far. The guys down at my FFL had somebody trade in a shorty of some sort, and this came with it, and it was just sitting around, and one of the guys just agreed to just give it to me. So now I'm actually running my Henry garden gun in this scabbard, and this is good for kind of sitting it behind my mower. This isn't too bad for a free scabbard. I got a little molly pouch coming that I can put some shells in. So this is my standard matte black finish 590 Shockwave. It's got the Raptor grip and what it refers to as the corn cob. Is that what they call it? Yeah, corn cob forend with the strap. So with the 2 3/4 inch shells, it's got a 5+1 capacity, which for me is effectively just 5. I don't tend to keep one in the chamber. Pump style shotgun like weapons have that added psychological benefit of the sound, which is pretty universally recognized. So I basically usually only keep 5 in them. But now I'm running the Opsol mini clip, which is this rubber piece here. It literally is just a little rubber block, which allows these little 1 3/4 inch mini shells, see the difference there, to chamber properly. If you don't have the Opsol mini clip in there, they'll shoot and extract, but they basically won't rechamber and go into battery. So 5+1 without the Opsol mini clip. Let's see how many shorties I can get in there. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8. That's it. So 8. So will it chamber now with the Opsol mini clip? So what else we got here? This one is the 12 gauge version. Standard capacity is 5+1, 3-inch chamber, heavy walled barrel type, 14.375 inch barrel length. The sight base is bead, and these things are a little tricky to aim. I have to admit, when I first got it, I was doing mostly hip shots. But then I eventually tried to aim with this thing, and I tend to aim high for whatever reason. There just really isn't a good reference, but it is what it is. Definitely more of a, up close and personal type of weapon. It's a matte blued barrel finish. Again, the Raptor grip, corncob forend with strap. Weight is 5.25, assume that's pounds. Overall length is 26.37 inches. So, I am running it in the Scabbard, which I intend to get a little pouch, probably to hold the 3 1/4. We'll see what it can fit. I got one on order. It's really intended for the 2 3/4 inch shells, but we'll see if I can fit these in there. And then I might think about maybe carrying a little pry bar or screwdriver if I need to get out that Opsaw mini clip and go back to standard shells. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives has confirmed the 590 Shockwave as a firearm per the Gun Control Act, but not a Class 3 NFA item. And then you can go to their website and click on a link to a copy of the letter from the BATFE regarding federal classification of the Shockwave, dated 3/2/2017. The BATFE letter is only pertaining to federal laws, so of course there's probably some states out there that don't allow freedom or the Shockwave. Just as with any other pistol grip firearm, the buyer must be 21 years of age and be a resident of the state where he or she is purchasing it. So this is a really good home defense weapon, I would reckon. Probably a good cruising weapon. Have in your truck, especially fitted with the 8+1 configuration of the minis. So I actually bought this at a hardware store, an authorized Henry dealer back in Illinois. They only had one at the time, and I was really glad I picked it up because they didn't get another one for a couple of months. Now, if you go onto Instagram and you're subscribed to Mossberg, which I am, every time they post a picture of one of these, the majority of the comments are people whining that they can't find one. And it's a little bit difficult now, to be sure, especially compared to a couple of years ago. But hopefully things will subside and kind of get back to normal. It's a pretty simple little firearm, fun to shoot. So I don't get to do this as much these days, but I really like going and blasting stuff with one of these. I've done some videos in the past where I've shot pumpkins. Clocks. As a matter of fact, if you go back in my channel, you'll see that I did a video a couple years ago called Wasting Time with the Mossberg Shockwave, where I'm basically shooting clocks. That was a lot of fun. I even shot a PlayStation once. I tend to leave this thing laying around in areas of my house, so quick access. Good little home defense gun, especially with these slugs. That would pack a wallop. All right, the Mossberg Shockwave, guys. All right, that's it. Later.
Bye.